So students, in the last class we discussed about ionic bond. What is ionic bond? What type of elements forms ionic bond in the long form of periodic table? And today we will discuss how to the formation of ionic bond with one example, and after that we will continue. So after this formation of ionic bond, we will start covalent bond, and today we will complete covalent bond formation examples, different types of covalent bonds. Right. So what we discussed in the last class, ionic bond is nothing but an electrostatic attraction between two oppositely charged ions, and mainly ionic bond is formed between the elements of alkali metals, halogens, alkaline earth metals halogens, alkali metals chalcogens, and alkaline earth metals chalcogens. Is it okay? Any doubt in that? Okay, students. Now, how to say for example, formation of sodium chloride. Just 1 minute, forget about this slide. And we all know what we discussed in the last class. Sodium and chlorine forms ionic bond. Why? Because sodium is alkali metal, chlorine is halogen. So definitely the bond between an alkali metal and halogen is ionic.
Okay.
That formation of ionic bond now we will discuss. See, sodium atomic number is 11 and its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. And what we discussed in octet rule, each and every atom tries to attain octet configuration either by gaining or by losing or by sharing electrons. See, in the outer
Sir,
shell of
your voice
sodium,
is breaking.
there is only one electron. Suppose if this can lose electron, that outer electron, definitely that attains on octet configuration, that is neon configuration. So in this process, sodium loses one electron and converts into Na plus. Is it okay? And this neon, so Na plus sodium ion configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. That is neon configuration, which is octet configuration. Okay, now students? Now coming to chlorine, and you all know the atomic number of chlorine is 17 and its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. See, how many electrons are there in the valency shell of chlorine?
Good morning.
Valency shell means you should count all the electrons in subshells also. The outer valency shell is third shell. So how many electrons are there in the valency shell of chlorine? How many it requires to attain octet? So chlorine atom gains one electron, converts into chloride ion. The chloride ion configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Is it okay, students? Then, by losing one electron, sodium attains octet configuration, and by gaining one electron, chlorine attains octet configuration. Now what will happen? The two oppositely charged ions forms an electrostatic attraction in the formation, that is the formation of NaCl. So the bond, the force of attraction between Na and Cl in NaCl is a strong electrostatic attraction, which is nothing but an ionic bond. Students, is it okay? Just don't write. Whenever it is required, I'll dictate. First, just go through the board. What will happen with sodium? What will happen with chlorine? Why sodium forms Na plus ion? Why chlorine forms Cl minus ion? And how NaCl is formed here. That I explained. Just to go through the board. If any doubt you can ask. After that I will dictate the notes and I will show that slide also. First 2 minutes you just go through the board what I explained and what I written on the board, students, please. First to see this formation of Na plus and Cl minus only.
Previous slide.
I showed. Is it okay? Can I dictate the notes?
Yes, sir.
Right. Formation of NaCl. Formation of NaCl. First write the students, look at on the board one more time, write the sodium atom, write the atomic number and write the electronic configuration. Na 11, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Write that first. Okay, na?
Yes.
Then write. Sodium has 1 electron in its valency shell. Sodium has 1 electron in its valency shell. So to attain octet configuration, it loses 1 electron and forms cation. It loses 1 electron and forms cation. To attain octet configuration. Okay, na? To attain octet configuration, it loses 1 electron and forms sodium ion, that is Na plus ion. Write this equation, yeah. Write the second equation. Sodium minus electron gives Na plus. Can I continue? Then write about chlorine. See, this is. Write chlorine atomic number and its electronic configuration. Chlorine 17, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Better you circle this 3s2, 3p5. What that indicates? That is the valency shell. Then tell how many electrons are there in the valency shell of chlorine? How many it requires? How many? One. So write that point only. Right. Chlorine has 7 electrons in the valency shell. Chlorine has 7 electrons in the valency shell. So to attain octet configuration, it gains 1 electron and forms chloride ion. It gains 1 electron and forms chloride ion, that is Cl minus. Write this, students. Cl, write this box, plus electron gives Cl minus. Write this. Okay, na? Then last conclusion. Yeah, I'll show it. Nothing to worry. Okay, and then write the final step. The electrostatic attraction between the electrostatic attraction between Na plus and Cl Oscar, can you mute your mobile, please?
Yes, sir.
The electrostatic attraction between Na plus and Cl minus ions result in the formation of sodium chloride. The electrostatic attraction between Na plus and Cl minus ions result in the formation of NaCl. Is it okay, students?
Yes, sir.
Now, you just concentrate on this slide only. Everything I written here, everything I showed here. This is the formation of sodium chloride, students. First I taken sodium. Maybe this slide may be small blur is there in this slide. And my voice is okay, students, for all of you?
Yes.
This only maybe this problem is with everything. That's why I written everything. Just no need to write anything because we already written. Otherwise, I'll show that orbital diagram also. Is this clear or not? Okay. Just to see once. After that, I'll write and I'll show how that transfer of electron take place. Or otherwise, you can see you can see in this. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. See,
Yes, sir.
this is sodium. See how many electrons are there in the sodium. You all know the configuration of sodium. Sodium configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. This is the outer electron in 3s orbital. Is it okay? And chlorine configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. There are 7 electrons. We already written that.
7.
I'll mark that 7 electrons. See the students, 2 in this, 2 is here, 2 is here, and 1 is here. These are the 7 electrons, valency electrons of chlorine.
Yes, sir.
So what is happening in the formation of NaCl? Sodium loses 1 electron, chlorine gains 1 electron. So sodium loses this 3s electron. It goes into the outer shell of chlorine. See that what we showed in this diagram. This is the electron of sodium. This is the electron of sodium. So what happened here? A complete transfer of electron take place from valency shell of sodium to valency shell of chlorine. That's what is nothing but ionic bond. In the last class we discussed. Ionic bond is formed due to complete transfer of electron from outermost shell of one atom to outermost shell of another. That's what this is. Is it okay, students? See, one more time listen me, students, on this slide. After that we'll go to covalent bond formation. There is 1 electron in the outermost shell of sodium. There are 7 electrons in the outermost shell of chlorine. So sodium loses electron to attain octet and chlorine gains electron. What it means? There is a transfer of electron from valency shell of sodium to valency shell of chlorine takes place. The bond formed due to complete transfer of electron from outermost shell of one atom to outermost shell of another atom is nothing but an ionic bond. So ionic bond is formed between sodium and chlorine. In that formation, sodium converts into Na plus, chlorine converts into NaCl. The electrostatic attraction is nothing but an ionic bond. Is it okay, students? Just Just I'll give 2 minutes time to you all students. Go through the notes,
Sir,
what
to
we
attend,
discussed.
to attend.
Wait,
Yes,
wait,
sir.
wait, Sai. So you all just go through that formation of NaCl, and if any doubt you can ask. If other, after that only we'll continue the covalent bond. Yes. Nothing is here, just how sodium, what you written in the notes, that's what only. Sodium 281 electrons, sodium 281, chlorine 287, sodium loses 1 electron, chlorine gains 1 electron, that's what NaCl. Is it okay, students? Then, so just I'll give 3 minutes time only, 2 minutes time only. You just go through that ionic bond formation. If any doubt you ask your doubts, after that we'll start the covalent bond. I'll give 2 minutes time to you all. Go through that and come with your doubts. Please, please read each and every point what I given in the notes. Is it okay, students? Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Right. Next side heading is, write this. Covalent bond. Write this. See, octet rule was given by Kossel and Lewis. In that, ionic bond was proposed by Kossel, covalent bond was proposed by Lewis. First write this. Covalent bond was proposed by Lewis. Now listen me. What is octet rule? Just you recall that definition. The fact of obtaining 8 electron configuration in one way or in other way. There we discussed clearly what is meant by one way or in other way, either by gaining or by losing or by sharing. Some atoms loses electrons, some atoms gains electrons, some shares electrons. Now this is what is covalent bond. See the definition. This is the bond formed due to mutual sharing of electrons. Students, look at on this slide. The bond formed due to mutual sharing of electrons is called as a covalent bond. So what is meant by mutual sharing? What are the types that we'll discuss slowly, nothing to worry. Definition see one more time. A covalent bond is formed due to mutual sharing of electrons. Is it okay? First write the definition. This is the bond formed due to mutual sharing of electrons or electron pairs, or simply you write electrons, nothing wrong in that. See, in ionic bond I explained what is the condition. Suppose A and B are two elements. Students, concentrate on the board. A and B are two elements. Can anyone tell what is the condition to form an ionic bond between the two elements?
The electronegative difference between the two bonds should be greater than 1.7.
One more time, can you please? Electronegative difference.
The electronegative difference between the
Yes.
two bonds should be greater than 1.7.
Not between the two bonds. The electronegative difference between
Two
the
bonded
two
atoms.
elements. Bonded atoms. Yeah.
Elements.
If the electronegative difference is greater than 1.7, that's what is ionic bond. See, the condition to form a covalent bond, the electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms should be less than 1.7. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Write the condition. Condition. To form a covalent bond, the electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms should be less than 1.7. To form a covalent bond, the electronegative difference between two bonded atoms should be less than 1.7.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming to the next slide. Types of covalent bonds. Just listen me students, everything we'll discuss in detail, nothing to worry. Suppose you see the molecule H2, write this heading, types of covalent bonds. You see the molecule H2, you all know this is hydrogen gas. How that formation takes place, how covalent bond is formed between these two, that we'll discuss. Today only we'll discuss, just listen me. Here there is a covalent bond between two identical atoms. You take a molecule of HCl. Here a covalent bond between two dissimilar atoms. Is it okay, students?
Yes, sir.
If the covalent bond is between two identical atoms, that is called as non-polar covalent bond. If a covalent bond between two different atoms, it should be first of all a covalent bond, and that should be between two
Okay, sir.
different atoms, then the bond is called as polar covalent bond. So covalent bond is of two types. One is non-polar covalent bond. What is meant by non-polar? What is meant by polar? That we will discuss in the next slide. Just right now, at this moment, you just write the names of the types of the covalent bonds. Okay, now, right. Types of covalent bond. It is of two types. First one is a non-polar covalent bond. Just you write the names of those two, that's it. Don't write anything about that. You just simply you write the names of the two. First one is a non-polar covalent bond. Second one is a polar covalent bond. Is it okay? Can I go to next slide?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll write something happened here. Now write. Now we'll discuss one by one. Right. Non-polar covalent bond. First write this. Now first we'll discuss about non-polar covalent bond. See the definition. This is the covalent bond. See, look at on the board, student. Between two identical atoms. Listen me, students. This is the covalent bond between two identical atoms. Is it okay? Write the definition first. This is a covalent bond formed between two identical atoms. Now, can you tell a few examples for non-polar covalent bonds? Molecules I am asking. Example, that's why it's
Cl2.
not mentioned. Wait. That's why it's not mentioned in the slide, because you should know that. Can anyone tell? First one.
Cl2.
Okay, someone told it is Cl2, chlorine molecule. Any more?
Oxygen O2, sir.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, O2. Any more? Any more? Hey, you should tell hydrogen molecule, na simplest one.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why you started with Cl2O2? H2 is not a non-polar. Is it not a covalent bond between two identical atoms? Students, wait. Can anyone tell one more?
N2.
Yes, yes, yes. N2 is right. N2. So many are there. Right now, these four are sufficient. Write examples. Cl2, O2, H2, N2. Why? Because we will discuss how these molecules will form. We will discuss the formation of all these four molecules in today's class. That is why you write all these four. Cl2, O2, H2, N2. Okay. See that last point on the slide, student. This is important. Suppose if it is between an identical atoms, what is the electronegativity difference between the two identical atoms? Can anyone tell? Huh?
0, sir. 0.
That's what. So, in non-polar covalent bond, the electronegative, see, that's what I given mentioned in the slide. The electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms is 0. Write that point. Note. In this, the electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms is 0. In this, the electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms is 0. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Second one, next one. Write about polar covalent bond. After that, we will discuss the formation of this. See, students, don't write anything. This is the second type of course, one more point I want to add in non-polar covalent bond. Better write here. Note, this is also non-polar covalent bond. This is also called as pure covalent bond.
N2 and
Write that point. It is also called as pure covalent bond. Okay, na? Can I go to next? Right. Write about this. Just don't write. Look at on the board. This is the second type of covalent bond. This is the covalent bond between two different atoms. That's what we already discussed. I already mentioned the examples. HF, HCl, HBr, HI. Simple diatomic molecules only I taken.
Al3.
The Al2O3 is not a covalent, yaar, Ajay. Al2O3 is aluminum forms only two binary ionic compounds, that is aluminum fluoride and aluminum oxide. Just wait. Here I mentioned simply diatomic polar covalent molecules I mentioned. Hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen bromide, hydrogen iodide. Generally we will call these are hydrogen halides. Okay, now students. Now one more time look at on the slide. You just concentrate on the board. Whenever it is required, I will dictate the notes. Don't write running notes. You will concentrate on the lecture. This is the covalent bond between two different atoms. See the condition what I mentioned here. Because it is a covalent bond, electronegative difference should be less than 1.7. Because it is between two different atoms, electronegative difference should be greater than 0. So, in a polar covalent molecule, the electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms is greater than 0 and less than 1.7. Is it okay, students?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Now write the definition first.
Sir,
Write this.
polar
Yeah.
polar covalent bonds only form with hydrogen.
No, yeah, so many are there that we'll discuss so many in chemical bonding topic. Okay, na? Is
Okay,
the
sir.
bond between, wait, who is that? Someone asked. Is the bond between O and H is not, is a polar or non-polar?
Yes, sir.
Polar.
Polar.
Is,
Covalent.
is the bond between N and H is also a polar covalent?
No, sir. What I'm asking is that since it has two different atoms, one atom should be hydrogen.
That's no need. Is the bond between chlorine and fluorine is not a polar?
Polar.
Then it's no need of hydrogen. If the electronegative difference is less than 1.7
Al2
and if it is
O3.
between two different atoms, so that can be a polar covalent. That can
Okay,
be
sir.
formed between any two elements other than hydrogen. So many are there. But why I mentioned here, you all know something about hydrogen halides. That's why I taken HF, HCl, HBr and HI. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Right. First write the definition, student. Polar covalent bond. This is the covalent bond between two different atoms. This is the covalent bond between two different atoms. Example, HCl, HF, HBr, HI. You better, you can write, we can write so many. For today's class, you just write these four. Is it okay, students?
yes, sir.
Now write this point here. You should know this. In this, write this condition. Electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms. In this, electronegative difference between the two bonded atoms is greater than 0 and less than 1.7. Is greater than 0 and less than 1.7.
Yes.
Is it okay, students?
Okay, sir.
Just see, just look at on this board, students. HF. Is this ionic or covalent or polar covalent?
Polar covalent.
It's not ionic. All of you okay?
Polar covalent.
Polar
It's
sir.
not ionic. It's not
Yes, sir.
ionic. Is it okay? Right. It's not pure covalent. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then we can call this as
Polar.
Polar
Polar
wait, yaar. Predominantly covalent with some ionic character. I'll explain why that, where is the ionic character. Now we'll discuss. Just you should know this. Listen me. It is predominantly covalent with some ionic character. This is polar covalent molecule, yaar. What it means? It's not pure covalent. It's not an ionic. It is predominantly, majority is covalent and there is some ionic character. So polar covalent molecules are considered as predominantly covalent with some ionic character. Write this point, after that I will explain this. Okay, na? Can I show the previous? Can we, all of you, is it okay? All of you written this? Students,
Sir, what is the meaning of predominantly?
అంటే మెజారిటీ కోవలెంట్, దట్స్ మెజారిటీ కోవలెంట్ అండ్ దట్ హ్యాస్ సమ్ అయానిక్ క్యారెక్టర్. ఓకేనా?
Sir, pure covalent means it is not totally covalent, sir.
It is 100% covalent. Pure covalent means electronegative difference 0. I'll explain that in the formations here. Just write this word first. Okay.
Sir, predominantly covalent with some ionic character means in that covalent in that covalent bond some ionic character is there, sir.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Okay, sir.
that I'll show that also. First you write that sentence. Okay. Now coming to this. See students, there is a bond between H and F in HF. Am I right? All of you okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can anyone tell one bond means how many electrons here?
So once repeat.
One bond means how many electrons are involved in that?
1.
See at least my body language and tell Ray. One bond
Two,
means
two,
how many
two.
electrons?
Sir, two,
That's
sir.
what
Two.
I showed 2 fingers and someone told that is 1 electron, someone told that is 4 electrons. What can I do? Okay, here is 2 electrons. Listen me, that anyhow I'll explain how that bond formation. There is 2 electrons. Can I write 1 electron from hydrogen and 1 electron from chlorine? That's what mutual
Yes, sir.
sharing, na? That's what mutual sharing. Hydrogen contributes 1 electron and fluorine contributes 1 electron. This is what is called as bonded pair. Is it not? What is meant by bonded pair? The pair of electrons which is involved in the bond formation. Okay, na? All of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Is this electron pair is exactly at the center of the 2 bonded atoms? Can it be?
Yes, sir.
Wait. Okay. Now I take an hydrogen molecule here. Sorry. Wait. I taken one hydrogen molecule in which 2 hydrogen atoms involves. Let 1 electron from hydrogen and second electron, this second electron is from second hydrogen. Is it okay? I'll
Yes,
write one
sir.
more
Bonded
time.
electrons.
Wait, 1 hydrogen, this contributes to this electron, second hydrogen contributes this electron, and these 2 hydrogen atoms contribute each atom contributes 1 electron and result in the formation of a bond. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Is this electron pair means that is involved in the bonding, is that bonded electron pair is exactly at the center of the 2 atoms or not?
Yes, sir. Center of the 2 atoms.
That's what is called as equal sharing. Is this pair is also at the center of hydrogen and fluorine or it is nearer to 1 atom?
Sir, they ask total number of bonded pairs means 2 bonded atoms means 2 atoms, sir.
Yeah, wait, Rao, you don't confuse, that's what. Here hydrogen contributes 1 electron and fluorine contributes 1 electron and forms a bond, single bond, forms a covalent bond. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
After the formation, is that electron pair is exactly at the center of hydrogen and fluorine?
No, sir.
Or is that nearer to 1 atom? That's what I am asking.
Nearer to 1 atom.
Nearer to 1 atom.
For which atom it is nearer?
Fluorine.
Yeah. So, pair is nearer to fluorine. What it means? Fluorine attracting bonded pair of electrons. So, it acquire partial negative, partial positive. It's nothing but polar. Okay, students, and why? Because that's you should know the difference between a pure covalent and polar covalent. That slowly we will discuss after the formation of, first we will discuss how to form that HCl, H2Cl2, and after that we will discuss what is meant by polar covalent and what is meant by non-polar covalent. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
All of you written this?
Yes,
Can I
sir.
go to,
Yes, sir.
can I go to, yeah. See this? First write the side heading, first molecule. Right. Formation of hydrogen molecule. Write this. Formation of H2 molecule. In detail we will discuss all points related with covalent molecules. Right. First one, formation of H2 molecule. This is the formation of H2 molecule. I will explain, after that you write. First you write that heading, formation of a hydrogen molecule, or hydrogen molecule, write within the bracket the formula of hydrogen molecule is H2. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Now listen me. How this, how the hydrogen atoms forms H2? Why, what type of bond is between H2? Is that a single bond? Is that a double bond? Or
Single
is that
bond.
a triple bond?
Single bond, sir.
Wait here. Wait. Hydrogen contributes 1 electron or 2 electrons or 3 electrons. That you should know. Let's look at on the board. Can anyone tell the atomic number of hydrogen?
1.
One.
Hydrogen requires how many hydrogen requires how many electrons to attain
1.
One.
nearest so hydrogen requires, just listen me, don't write, one more electron, is it not?
Sir.
Okay, there are two hydrogen atoms here. Let it be the two hydrogen atoms. This hydrogen is having one electron. This hydrogen is having one electron. Remember students, if one atom loses, one atom gains. The bond is ionic. But here the case is different. Both hydrogen atoms requires one electron. Then how it is possible? Just
By sharing.
by sharing. Just by sharing. So each hydrogen contributes. Each hydrogen contributes one electron. Result in the formation of H2 molecule. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One more time listen me students. Hydrogen molecule, there are two hydrogen atoms. Each hydrogen is having one electron. Each hydrogen requires one more electron. So here what to do? Two hydrogen atoms contributes one electron each and result in the formation of a single bond. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
After the formation of bond, these, see, these two electrons, so the hydrogens attains helium configuration. That's what is nearest inert gas. So both hydrogens are stable. Hydrogen molecule is stable. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
See, now I'll explain. First you write, after that I'll explain about that equal unequal sharings. Right, formation of hydrogen molecule. First write this point here, hydrogen 1s1. Right, next point. Hydrogen has one electron. Hydrogen has one electron, requires one more. Requires one more. So each hydrogen contributes one electron. So each hydrogen contributes one electron. Forms a covalent bond. Forms a covalent bond. See, students, look at on the board. This is one hydrogen atom. This is another hydrogen atom. This is the electron of this hydrogen. This is the electron of this hydrogen. Both hydrogens contributes one electron and shares one electron pair, result in the formation of H2 molecule. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So write, so write this. Write this. Can I continue? Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
See, now see these two atom students. Is this bonded pair of electron is exactly at the center of the two hydrogen atoms or nearer to one atom?
Center, sir.
Center of the two hydrogen
Center of the two hydrogen atoms.
Why?
Because two identical.
Because both are
same
both,
energy.
both are same electronegative values. Is it not? So here no charge separation. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Here there is no charge separation. Network. Is my board is visible?
Visible, sir.
Yeah, right here. This bonded pair of electrons exactly at the center of two bonded atoms. Write this point. That's what is called as equal sharing. Is it okay, students? The bonded pair of electrons exactly at the center of the two bonded atoms, equal sharing takes place. Write this point. The bonded pair of electrons exactly at the center of the two bonded atoms, that's what is called as equal sharing. Is it okay? Right. So this is about H2 molecule here. See, I showed in the slide. See, this is electron of, this is hydrogen with one electron, this is hydrogen with one electron, each hydrogen contributes one electron. After bond formation, these two electrons belongs to both the hydrogen atoms. So it is two hydrogen atoms forms a single covalent bond. Two hydrogen atoms forms a single covalent bond. Is it okay? So hydrogen molecule is an example for a non-polar covalent molecule having single covalent bond. In that equal sharing take place. The bonded pair of electrons is exactly at the center of the two bonded atoms. Okay, students?
Yes, sir.
Can I continue? Can I go to next slide?
Yes, sir.
This is the formation of HCl, students. I think the time is already 9:30, students. Tomorrow will continue. You take rest for 10 to 15 minutes. Your physics sir will come and continue. Bye, students. Tomorrow morning we'll meet at 8:30. Bye.